on in, come on in, come on in. Listen, we are a day late because sometimes life just be lifing.
It be
And
life.
busy, his weekends are booked and busy. So he has the link. If he can come through, he will. But if not, we understand because listen, life be lifing. What's up, Cheeks? Hey, boo.
I am here. I am ready to talk Big
Listen,
Brother.
you've been partying. I see you. You've been out in these streets.
I am
You've been out in
tired.
these streets, girl.
I just told somebody the other day, 46 been kicking my behind.
Listen, last time I checked, you only live in this life one time. You better get it in and have a good time. You ain't hurt. Listen, you ain't hurting nobody. You ain't spending the mortgage money. You all right. Okay.
And I had a good time. I don't recover as fast. So like I'm still tired, but I'm making it. At least it's the weekend.
Listen, it's the same thing with me. It's not the problem is the recovery time, baby. Trust me, I know. Trust me, I know. Been there and done all of that. So yeah, the partying part ain't the problem. It's the recovery time, girl. So we are here to talk, Big Brother, baby. Let me tell you something. I changed my mind about everything I said about Tucker. I enjoyed Tucker this week. I was here for all the Tucker shenanigans this week.
I'm always here for Tucker shenanigans because to me, he's playing the game too hard, but at least he's playing the game. It's way
he's
too many.
He's playing the game so hard because they're not playing it at all. Well, I ain't gonna say at all, but they're not playing it at all.
Some people are not playing at all. It's way too many floaters. I was just texting my good friend Charles. I said, I bet you a floater win this season because it ain't nobody else doing anything.
And that's sorry, you guys. Yes, it is scheduled for 7:30. We're early. My apologies. Listen, like I told y'all, life be lifing. Life be lifing.
Guys, we were supposed to do it last night, but that recovery, I had just got home from Chicago and I was knocked out.
Yeah, it's all good. Because last week I went back to work and it was a lot going on with me too. So it's all good. It's all good. We left off last week. We always give you the spoiler at the end. We know who the new HOH is. And so that's what we left off. We left off knowing that Tucker was the HOH. But I think we were kind of going back and forth between whether Tucker had offered Quinn a deal, whether he took it or didn't take it. So what we found out was Tucker did offer Quinn a deal on the wall, but Quinn didn't take it. But then afterwards, Tucker let Quinn know, listen, the whole house is going to think that you're my target. So I'm going to use you as my shield to get rid of somebody I really want to get rid of, which I thought was genius. What you think?
We ain't at the veto yet. I have a problem with the veto ceremony.
Okay.
But I'm not mad at that deal being turned down because Quinn offered it right back to Tucker and he didn't take it. When y'all know y'all gunning for each other, you're each other's targets, who's taking the deal from each other? So the deal was, I have a bigger issue with the veto. But I enjoy the wall competition. It's one of Big Brother's staple competitions. We got a lot of big competitions this week. We got the wall and the hide and go veto. So I just enjoyed the wall. One thing I wanted to mention was Joseph. I didn't understand. I understand throwing a comp, but why would you throw a comp to be a have-not? Why wouldn't you wait until the fourth person fell off the wall, then throw it so you don't have to be a have-not?
Did they know they were going to be a have-not?
Yeah, they knew the first 4 people off the wall.
Then what I'm going to say is I don't think he threw it on purpose. I think that he couldn't hang. I think he couldn't hang because you're right. It doesn't make sense to throw it and then give yourself a punishment. At least if you legit can hold on, at least hold out until was it the first 5 people or 4, however many people fell?
Right.
And then at least hold out until you're not a have-not. Yeah, I agree. It
wasn't that long. I think it was like 20 minutes.
That's what I was getting ready to ask you that too. Is it me? Or does it seem like the wall comp, like I remember them being up there for like an hour and a half, or am I just exaggerating in my mind?
It has been longer in the past, but I think it was harder this season with all that slime. Maybe it was harder to hold on because they did get slimed a lot.
Okay. I mean, let's be clear. I probably couldn't have been up there for 20 minutes, so I ain't judging nobody.
20 seconds.
Judging, but it
20
just, I
seconds.
just feel like when I saw that the time elapsed was 28 minutes when Tucker fell, I was like, that's it?
Right. It was they weren't
They
set
could
up.
have showed us this, like, you know.
As soon as they hit their first lean, I would have fell off.
Yeah, I mean, I'm gonna be honest with you. So I ain't about to, I'm not judging nobody. I'm just saying. So they come back into the house and Tucker and Quinn make their little deal. Here's my problem with Quinn ass. Shut up. Just shut up. Tucker made you a deal. You accepted it. He said you were the pawn. Let him do his thing. Sit back and play dumb. Pretend like you are going home. Act like you are campaigning for votes. Go out here. Like, what is wrong with you?
He gave Tucker all the confirmation that was needed because, to be clear, pretty much everybody in the house could piece together the Pentagon based on the votes last week. And everyone in the house pretty much already knew about the collective. All Quinn did was give Tucker confirmation on what he already knew.
No, I'm not talking about that part. I'm talking about when Tucker went back to Brooklyn and told Brooklyn everything.
Oh, Tucker just flexing his mother. Like right now, Tucker thinks nobody can beat him. He's unbeatable. You throw
That's
me
what
on the
I've been
block.
saying for the last 2 weeks, and y'all been, well, not so much you, but busy, been like, nah. I'm like, that's been my issue with Tucker, is that he just, the arrogance of it. Like, I get it, you're winning, that's great, but it's just that he really does think he's running the house, which he kind of is.
We haven't got to the spoilers yet, but it might be a turn of events. We'll see.
Well, we'll get to that when we get to the end, because I don't know anything. I've been off the grid, so I don't know. I don't know the spoilers, so you'll be giving me information too. So
It's
next,
that happened this episode where I don't think people are in Tucker's corner like he thinks they are.
no, I think they're just scared because they know he can win. Like, I don't think it's a alliance so much as it is a fear factor. Like, well, we know he can. We don't want to get on his bad side because ... But I'll let you tell me when we get to the spoiler part.
Okay.
So the nominations happen.
Mm-hmm.
And we have Brooklyn, we have Cam, and we have Quinn. Now, Tucker did do his one-on-ones, and he was like, oh my gosh, you're lying to me. You're lying. I know the truth. So, again, it was just kind of like, put up whoever you're going to put up at this point, you know?
Well, let's ask ourselves the question. I'm going to start with you. If you just did the vote that happened last week, you were one of the 3 to vote out Rubina, but Cedric was the one who went home. Would you come clean to Tucker?
Absolutely not.
HOH, or would you do what Brooklyn did? And, Brooklyn lied. Everyone else pretty much came clean. Brooklyn lied, was keeping the lie going. She was protecting the Pentagon.
So, because up until this point, you really think you think that those people are solid. Like, that, T-Core and Kinu are not. But you figure that you, Cam, and Chelsea are solid. So, yeah, I would have stuck with the plan. I would have stuck with the story. You know what I mean? So,
I feel like at last week, people should have regrouped, especially after the veto ceremony. It should have been clean slate. Let's see what's going on, because nothing is really what it seems to be. Everyone should have regrouped, restructured. I wouldn't have cared nothing about the Pentagon or the collective or vision, whatever. To me, all alliances are clean slate. Let's just start this thing over, because it's all blown up. So if I was Brooklyn, I would have said what it was and pleaded to him. I don't know. Tucker thinks Brooklyn is the mastermind when really Brooklyn was the 5th person in.
Yeah, I don't know where he got that Brooklyn and Chelsea are the masterminds of this Pentagon, and they weren't. I mean, Chelsea was one of the forefathers, but Quinn was running the damn Pentagon.
Quinn was running it with Cedric. It was Quinn and Cedric.
Yeah.
Running. So I feel like for Brooklyn to protect her game, she should have threw Quinn under the bus. Because especially, I mean, you can't do anything after the veto, but after I saw that veto go down, I would have been throwing Quinn all the way underneath the bus.
I agree 100%. I agree 100%. But by that time, the problem is she waited too long because by that time, no, who was paying attention?
Right.
Like Tucker had already made up his mind, and he would have just seen it as her being desperate. Like he didn't care. He had already. I don't think it was anything Brooklyn could have done or said. I don't think it was a deal she could have made. I think Tucker had made up his mind, and the only thing that would have saved Brooklyn is Brooklyn saving Brooklyn.
Right, and like Charles said in the comments, Joseph actually started the collective. Brooklyn was brought in at the end of each alliance. Like nobody, everyone's like, well, let's pick up Brooklyn. So if I was Brooklyn, I was like, yeah, I was in the alliance, but they brought me in last. I wasn't running anything. You know, you looking at the wrong person. But hey.
And I'm not ignoring people in the chat for whatever reason. My chat is not moving. So I don't see any. Let me go to YouTube. I don't see anything y'all are saying. The last thing I see is Charles saying, hey, ladies, let's get into this. The chat has not moved. So I'm not ignoring y'all. I can't see the chat.
I'm not ignoring either, but I'm just glancing at it because some of y'all writing some paragraphs and it's hard to read it real quick as it's moving. But I want to talk about this really before we get into veto, because I feel like this happened before the veto, but I could be wrong. I want to really get into TT and Kinu, or what? Damn it. What is that man's name?
Kilolo.
I can't. It's no disrespect. I just can't. I think it's Key. Whatever.
Konnichiwa.
I'm just gonna call them TT and Kiki. I can remember that.
That's it. TT and Kiki. I'm here for TT and Kiki.
Emo. Okay, I ain't gonna ever remember it though. But they had a little bit of a change of heart somewhere mid-week where Kimu. I know y'all put in the chat. I ain't gonna ever remember it. I ain't ever gonna remember it. But they had a little bit of change of heart where TT had to break down the chemo about the Black vote and how it's hard seeing all the Black people on the block. And as a Black person in the game, they have to think about that visual where other people don't have to think about the visual. And I think, no, this happened after veto. Okay, I'm talking, this conversation happened veto because we haven't seen Chelsea get on the block yet. So we'll save that. Do you want to talk about the charcuterie board first?
Girl, you know what? I am. Brooklyn was wrong for that, and I was with Angela. I would have been Angela. But see, that's when Angela was supposed to show her ass. That is when Angela was supposed to tear up the house. Because, baby, when I tell you that I would have gave Brooklyn, I feel like production must have told her to tone it down. Because, bitch, let me tell you something. That was so disrespectful. First of all, it was mine. I don't give a damn if it's growing mold. It's mine. And just because I'm a have-not does not mean you have a right to go in and eat my shit at least without asking me.
And then ate it in your face.
And then act like you were wrong for being mad about it. Like Brooklyn act like Angela didn't have a right to feel no kind of way. Listen. Now, see, that's when I would have went home, because when I tell you I went over there and I would have said that shit would have been on the floor before any of y'all eat it. It'll be on the floor.
Ain't nobody
I mean that.
I'm very territorial of my belongings. I like a lot of products. I like a lot of things, and I like it the way I like it, especially my food. This goes with my son, husband, everybody in my house. No, if I buy something and I say it's mine, don't eat it. Don't touch it. I'm gonna snap. That food was vacuum sealed. Vacuum sealed. It wasn't already open and we got to worry about stuff getting. It was unopened, vacuum sealed. That meat would have lasted 2 or 3 weeks. She could have made a huge charcuterie, whatever it's called, charcuterie board for the whole house. When that could have been her you know how they sometimes have a big meal or something when the people come off of being have-nots. That could have been the have-not thing. But for the fact that Brooklyn, you went in that refrigerator and touched that woman's stuff and you didn't even say, Angela, is it okay if we make a charcuterie board with some of your stuff? You didn't even ask. Then you was talking big shit in the confessional, talking about, oh, well, she can't eat it no way. She have not.
Exactly. You act like she was wrong.
and made roses and pineapples and fruit. You done made the charcuterie board look real good. I'm what you really be. I would have knocked it all on the floor. I
It'd have been on the
crazy
floor.
that
And I
you
wouldn't have
talking.
cleaned it up. It'd have been on the floor. And then I took my ass out in the backyard and I'd have sat outside in the backyard with some water. I'm gonna have now. All I can do is drink water.
Mhm.
That's cool. I would have sat my happy ass right outside with my sunglasses on, and I would have dared. Don't I would have dared somebody to come say something to me.
Production had to talk to her because for her to go in there and lay on the floor and cry, that's something I would do when I know I can't get at you the way I want to get at you. I might cry.
Exactly.
I'm so angry. And production then said, calm it down, chill out.
Mm-hmm.
No outburst, you going home. Production had to say something to Angela because
Yep. I agree. I agree. Production had to have said, okay, Angela, we need you to chill out because that was the time for you to turn up, my love. That was the time for you to act a fool.
mm-hmm.
Because I promise you, that charcuterie board would have been on the floor. They wouldn't have ate none of that shit.
In Brooklyn, if you rewatching this, that was disrespectful, and that's why your ass went home because you can't be up in here disrespecting people's prop. Like Brooklyn was disrespectful this whole episode because she was disrespectful in the hide and go veto as well. We ready to
She
talk
was.
about the veto?
Yes, let's get into the veto. So the veto was the hide and go veto. Can I be honest? I really don't like this particular one. It just, I don't know. The whole, we're going to trash the house for no reason and now we got to clean it up. I don't know. It just ain't one of my favorites. But it was the hide and go veto where they had to hide an item and, you trash that, you could trash the house, da 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 da. So you can speak on it because I'm gonna be honest, I didn't pay a lot. I mean, I know who won, but I didn't pay a lot of attention on the in between. So you can break that down.
It wasn't nothing really to talk about. I kind of like the hide and go veto. I would not like it if I was in the house and the house got trashed. It seems like everyone but Brooklyn played the game respectfully. Like you didn't have to pull the trash out the trash can and leave it in the middle of the floor. Touching people's personal items, I can see opening the drawers, feeling around. You don't feel the veto, but she said it in her confessional. I'm taking out my frustration. Tucker stuff here, throw it on the floor. Let me throw out a little bit of TTs too. Like, I agree. You start touching my clothes, throwing it all on the floor. You got people stepping on them, putting trash on them. I'm going to have a huge issue with that too. So, Brooklyn, I understand you were on the block, but on the flip side of the coin, we've seen people do much worse to that house and hide and go veto.
We've seen it worse. I mean, that's why I said like I understand people being irritated and feeling some kind of way. But yeah, we've definitely seen that house be worse. We've seen it worse.
One season, somebody just was throwing eggs on the floor.
Yeah, I think so. Like they just emptied out the refrigerator and just yeah.
It
That's why I said like because I'm gonna be honest with you. If I wasn't playing in that veto, I ain't cleaning up shit. I'm not picking up nothing. Again, I'm gonna take my water bottle and I'm gonna go outside with my sunglasses and I'm gonna sit there because I didn't trash none of this and I expect my personal belongings to look the way I left them. So whoever played in that veto, that's who need to be cleaning up that house. Again, maybe that's just that's the day I would have got sent home because no.
I agree.
Not
and then she let Quinn take the heat for it.
Of course she did.
Because Tucker was like, he was ready to fight Quinn. He was like, you threw all my shit on the floor. Oh, it's up now. I was going to use that video on you, but it's up now. That's really when Quinn starts spilling all the beans. But let's get to the end of the veto. Tucker wins again. I agree with Charles in the chat. Hide and go veto is a game of luck. It is.
Really There's no skill involved.
But Tucker is good and lucky. So he's had some luck in this season and he's been good at some competitions. But I don't know, Tucker. You should have, if you were going to use the veto anyway to put up Chelsea, maybe you should have threw it to somebody else and maybe not hide your veto so hard so somebody else, because he hid that veto very well.
Mm-hmm.
It reminds me of the season. I don't remember who it was, but they unscrewed the table and hid their veto in the kitchen table. I don't remember
Mm.
what season that was,
I don't
but
remember who it was either, but yeah, that's a good one.
mm-hmm. But anyway, Tucker wins the veto, and his master plan is to take down Quinn and to put up Chelsea. This is where I have an issue with Tucker. Number one, you going around talking about I want the 3 people who voted out Rubina, but you giving the person who put her on the block to be able to be voted for a
A
pass.
pass.
I didn't understand that logic, and I would have called him out. I don't understand why nobody in the house has called him out.
Well,
2,
because when he gave his speech, he made it about the alliances.
that Quinn was still
Remember?
a part of.
Yeah,
Quinn was a
remember Quinn wasn't supposed. Yeah, I mean, no, I get. You're right. I get you. I get you. I get you. You're right. You're right.
Quinn was a part of everything he called out.
Yeah, I don't
But
know what it is with Quinn. I don't know. Maybe he feels like I don't know what it is with Quinn. I don't know.
It's also the optics that is all the black people are on the block. Like you saved the one white person and put Chelsea on the block. Now I know y'all been putting all that lady ancestry.com all up and down Twitter, but that lady said she was part native and 2% black. So we just gonna let her have it.
Who?
Brooklyn. Mm-hmm.
Oh, sure.
But that's what she said. That's what she said to the house. So as far as the house knows, he done put all the black people on the block and saved white boy Quinn, the only white person left in that alliance. I don't think he thought about the optics of that.
Mm.
She didn't say 2%. Well, that's all I'm gonna give her is 2% now.
She said, all I'm gonna give her is 2%. Now I don't know what she said, but all she getting from me is 2%. That's what
Y'all don't be taking what I'm saying literally. I be joking sometimes. She just said part black. She said she was native, Irish, German, a whole bunch of stuff, and she threw black in there last. So
I don't know. I guess I just don't care. I mean, when I say I don't care, I care about the optics, but I don't know. I ain't say
This is when TT noticed the optics, and she started talking. As the black people talk in the house, it's not fair that as a black woman we have to think about the optics of all the black people being on the house, about voting all the black people out. And that's when I said, TT, hindsight is 2020. I'm not mad at you for playing the game how you want to play it, but you flipped on Cedric, who was a black man, and I was
getting ready to say, didn't she send Cedric home last week, who was a black man?
That's why I said.
I mean, if we're gonna count Brooklyn, we're gonna count Cedric.
Of course we count. I ain't never discounted Cedric now.
No, I know, but I know some people might be like, well, he's mixed. Well, he mixed, so is Brooklyn mixed. So again, I don't mean no harm, TT Core, TT girl. You didn't have no problem last week when it was Cedric on the block. You didn't have that wasn't your concern.
You started the snowball effect, TT. So you have to think about that. And then what else I was gonna say about TT? She put it out there, I guess saying she doesn't want to vote out Chelsea. She wants to work with Chelsea. And I just feel like TT flipped from the bottom of one alliance to being the bottom of another. And maybe she didn't think that game move all the way through.
Well, my thing is, if you want to work with Chelsea, so why didn't you so why if it was Chelsea that you want to work with, why didn't you reach out to her last week when you felt like you were being left out of the Pentagon? Why didn't you go and have a conversation with her and say, hey, I really want to work with you. I know we're in this Pentagon, we're in this alliance together, but I'm kind of feeling a little alienated and I really do want to work. Like, again, I go and talk to her. Now all of a sudden you're having all of these epiphanies.
I don't know. It was weird. TT was weird. My friend Charles likes to point out that she's UK Black, not USA Black, where their experiences are not necessarily the same. Their mindsets are
Mhm.
not necessarily the same as some of the things we've been through over here. But I feel like she's been here long enough to know. But I just think TT is following Kimu, and Kimu has a crush on Tucker. And that crush on Tucker is going to be TT's downfall because Kimu will tell Tucker any and everything that he wants to know about this Big Brother season because he
Mhm.
thinks he's so fine and so cute. And that man
Mhm.
don't want you.
So you're playing with your emotions instead of playing with your heart, your head. And TT, you following right behind him, and he about to get you caught up.
Kimu is gonna get you caught up, TT, and I think you need to that's who really she needs to drop. She should have dropped
Mhm.
Timu and start working with Brooklyn and Chelsea. But hey, like I said, hindsight is always 2020, and we
Yeah,
ain't
I
got to the
mean,
spoilers yet. We ain't got to the spoilers
yeah,
yet.
I mean, maybe in the moment she felt some kind of way that we're not getting the whole gist of what was, maybe it was edited. I mean, I know some people look at the live feeds, they would pick up more than what maybe, but I feel the same way. I'm like, maybe hindsight is 2020 because honestly, girl,
I said Timu, I just can't get that man's name, and I'm treating him like Whitney Gilbert, and I ain't even trying to be funny. I really am.
well, I am. I don't care. I am. He got.
I wasn't even trying. Okay, so Quinn is off the block. Chelsea is on the block. Um, I ain't really find anything interesting after that. Rubina at some point had a conversation with TT, and they decided they rather keep Chelsea if Cam was on the block. If Brooklyn won the AI arena, they would rather keep Chelsea, but Chelsea won the AI arena, so all that strategy
Sure
before that
did.
don't even matter.
She saved herself. Like, I'm gonna be honest with you. I like this AI arena piece. I do. I don't know if I don't think they're gonna keep it the whole season. I think probably when jury starts, it'll probably go away around that time. But I actually like the idea of the AI arena. I like that final you can save yourself and take yourself off. I like the fact
Mhm.
that the house guests may not necessarily know who the final two options are, and they have to sort of make a contingency plan. You know what I mean? Like, I actually like that.
I do like that.
Um,
You have to think about all the different scenarios of who's going to be on the block them last 2 minutes, and not just. It makes it where after, because veto happens so early in the week where it's not like, okay, well, so and so going home, and then the feeds are boring because you already know who's going home. With the AI arena, they have to keep playing up until the last 2 minutes.
yeah. And even after they come back, like that's why Julie be like, anybody want to have a conversation? Does anybody need to go into a room? You got 5 minutes. Cause there's that final strategy that has to go into play. So I like it. I mean, again, it's not something that's sustainable for the whole season, but I like the twist. I like the twist. I do.
Let's talk about Chuck's comment because that's the next thing I want to talk about because I was talking to Charles earlier. He said that AI arena was easy. I was looking at them letters going across that screen and I was like, what? I would have lost the AI arena because it was at some point they just put the answers on the wall because they were like, we run out of time and somebody needs to win this. But if they didn't put the answers on the wall, I would have never won that AI arena.
Girl.
This one Tucker should have been in. Let's see if Tucker can unscramble words. Y'all said it was
With
so easy. I was at home lost. I didn't know what was going on.
I think I think that was one of those situations where from us on the outside it probably looked easy, but when you were actually in the moment, it might not have been as easy as it looked.
No, I was sitting at home and I didn't get it. I didn't know nan one of them scenarios. And the little cheat one where they said the cat was in the snow or whichever the cat was underwater, it really wasn't even a cat, it was the elephant underwater. So I didn't know the answer to any of those. Mm-mm. Yeah, we were confused.
Yeah. Yeah. So Chelsea wins the AI arena. It comes down to Cam and Brooklyn. And at that point, child, I knew Brooklyn was going home, child.
Yeah, bye Brooklyn.
Bye, Brooklyn.
I really want to play the game. Keep me. I'm going after Tucker. Yeah, that you ain't Quinn. Only Quinn can go after Tucker and stay in the game. So you
Well,
got, I really didn't care. I just didn't want another black person to go. I really didn't care. Like, we not gonna do two black people in a row. Bye, Brooklyn. Goodbye.
bye, 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 bye.
So, are you
I'm
ready
okay
for
with
the
it.
spoilers?
Yes. Who is the new head of house? Wait a minute. Hold on. Hold on. One Mrs. Listen, we get right get into spoilers. So if you do not want to hear the spoil, you see how much. Never mind. You do not want to hear the spoilers. You have until I get to 10. 1 Mississippi, 2 Mississippi, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So if you're still here, you want to know who, or you already know who's the new HOH. Kiss my cheeks.
I want to first say,
Oh Lord,
I
you
was
got to
having
give
a
us
good time. I was having a good time in Chicago at the Missy Elliott concert, and I forgot to set up my fantasy team. And my intention
No.
was to move, because Cedric is still on the starting lineup with 0 points, and I'm really pissed because I intended to move the new
That happened to
HOH
me with Kenny.
up, but I forgot. So my girl TT is HOH, and I forgot to fix my fantasy team, and I'm really pissed about that because I was gonna move her.
She's on my bench too. I have her on my team, but she's on the bench.
Mhm.
I moved wait a minute, hold on. Let me look at my team. Hold on, let me see. Yeah, no, I had moved I had Brooklyn and Cam because both of them were on the block, so I knew they would give me some points. Tucker and Quinn are on my team. Who was my fifth person that I had on my lineup? Hold on, let me look at my lineup.
Well, you can only start 4 out of your
So
6.
those were my four: Brooklyn, Cam, Quinn, and Tucker. So this week I'll have to, but I'm gonna swap some people out because two of my people have gone home. So I think I'm just gonna use both of my swaps this week so I don't forget. I'm gonna go ahead and just use. I know the one person I'm gonna add to my team. I do not know the second person, so I need to figure out who the second person I'm gonna add to my team.
I agree because my memory is bad. I know you have up until jury, but the way this team locks, it locks on Thursday night because that's when the HOH. So if you don't have your team set for the previous week before the eviction episode, you out of luck.
Right.
So
So that's why I said I'm gonna go ahead and set it because
go ahead and use your 2 swaps now if you can, because you don't want to be stuck without using your 2 swaps.
Mm-mm.
But my girl TT is the HOH. I really can't wait to see tomorrow night's episode. I want to know what the game was, how she won it. I can't wait to see her confessionals, to hear her mindset of what she's trying to do this week. But it seems like whatever 6th Avenue was going on, the Avenue was blown up as well because she nominated MJ, Tucker, and Cam. And I believe
Wow.
she nominated Cam to do what Cedric was supposed to do. And fortunately, Cam, he got the mission done. He won the veto. Cam won the veto. So MJ and Tucker are still on the block. I don't know who will be renommed. At this point, don't put up a pawn. Just put up a third person you don't mind seeing go home, TT, because you still got Ainsley's ass to get through. So
Tucker is her target this week.
I'm assuming if you put Tucker on the block, he has to be the target.
True.
Right. Cam finally won something. Oh, they said Tucker was nominated as a pawn. Well, who was? See, that's why I got to watch the episode. That's why
I gotta watch the episode. So if he was the pawn, then who? Well, if it was Cam, then oh well, Cam won the veto.
If TT is going after the black people, I might drop her from my team. I don't want to see the black people going after the black people. Who was she going after? Mackenzie? Tucker volunteered. He always volunteering because he don't want to be nominated. I don't believe in all that volunteering.
See, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, Tucker volunteered. Nah, I'm not feeling that.
They
Well,
said,
we'll see. I'll see in the episode, y'all. I'll see the episode. Lord
they
have
said she was going after Cam and MJ. Now I did see on Twitter a video of, was it Cam laying in MJ's lap and she was stroking his scalp, and I was like, please don't be a showman. Please don't be a showman.
Oh Lord.
Tucker asked to be nominated and they tried to talk him out of it. I'm just mad TT was going after Cam.
Child, we're going to have to watch this episode and see what's really going on.
Because I might have to drag TT a little bit and I don't want to. Because how you just going to have this whole breakdown with Chemo in the backyard talking about all the optics of the black people, and why the black people always got to be worried about the black people sitting on the block together, but then you nominating them to go home? This week was easy. She could have went after Mackenzie, Leah, Angela, bam. Because none of them people are in the alliance.
Exactly. So, okay, I'm gonna have to watch the episode because I need to know who her goal, what her goal was, like who her target was.
It ain't nobody. I don't know who she puts up in AI Arena to beat Tucker. That she would want to risk to go home. Hell, put Timu ass up there, since he liked Tucker so much.
Interesting. Very, very interesting. Well, that is your weekly roundup of Big Brother. We'll be back next week. We will see what happens with the shenanigans and all the things of the things. What are our standings? Who are our top 3 teams in the fantasy as of right now?
As of right now, they haven't updated the scores. So this is the end of last week. They haven't updated TT's HOH scores. Number 1 is still Peak at LEP. I Am the Joneses. She been number 1 for a while. Charles's mom is number 2. Shout out to Strategic Stealth, number 2. And I'm down to number 3. Not my fake team, but my real team is number 3. But I'm so pissed because I'm going to drop because TT is on the bench. Ugh, I'm so sad about that.
I moved up this week. I'm in the teens again. I think I'm number 16 or something like that. So I moved up a little bit.
Charles is at 5. Who else do I recognize? Stormy is at 12. Really, B, you moved up to 17.
Okay. I knew I was in the teens.
My dummy account went way down to 24, but that's fine. It's not a real account. But this is so fun. I want to say I really like us all playing and doing these reviews, and we got a little bit of on the line. This is really fun. I take fantasy really seriously, and we can talk offline, but send me some football fantasy teams. You got some spots open.
Actually, as soon as I get off of here, I'm setting it up, and I'm going to do a little mini video and introduce it to my people tomorrow. We will be doing, it's going to be on FanDuel though, and I just have to set it up, and I don't really have to do anything. I'm just going to set it up on FanDuel, and if people want to join, they can join, and it'll be week by week, and that's it. I don't have to do no whole lot of work. All right, you guys. Thank you guys so much. What are you going to be doing? I know you. What's your next video? Where the people can find you? All that good stuff.
Of course, this is a catch-up weekend. If you care about the challenge, I will be starting up the challenge next. Tomorrow night, I probably will do my Love Island reunion review and a little bit of story time for the concert. And then it'll be videos as normal. Me and Abby will be back on Wednesday to do Love Island UK. And then, of course, just Thursday, Friday videos as normal.
All right, y'all. Well, we will see you guys next week. Again, if you are on the Twitter side, please subscribe over here on the YouTube side. I know a lot of people they are just they like their space. If you're a Twitter person, you're a Twitter person. If you're a YouTube person, you're a YouTube person. But if you are interested in more content from myself, Kiss My Cheeks, or Busy Blue, who's not here today, make sure you guys come on over to the YouTube side and get subscribed. You can find me at Really Be TV. You can find Kiss My Cheeks just like that, Kiss My Cheeks TV, or Busy Blue. Right. Or Busy Blue without the E. It's just BLU. Busy BLU. So thank you guys. If you've already subscribed, thank you for being a subscriber. And we will see you guys next week.
Peace. I was going to say, you know who said the N-word? They said somebody said the N-word.
Who?
I was at the Missy Elliott concert last. I was not on the feed.
I've been off the grid too, so I don't know. Oh my!
I'm gonna be on it. Sure. Oh, they said it was Leah. Oh, well, why Leah asking them? They said it was Leah.
Leah. Child, I forgot Leah was in the damn house.
Maybe she ain't. I don't know.
Maybe she ain't, because child, I forgot Leah. Child, I forgot she was in the house. You're right. Maybe she not anymore.
Oh, they said it was the R word. Y'all know y'all can't say this. Why I ain't not saying I want to say anything, but you can't say nothing. And it's something that made Chelsea cry. Lord have mercy.
What, Republican?
Maybe.
Ciao, bye. All right, girl. I will talk to y'all later. Peace.
We'll holler at y'all later. Bye.
Ciao.